Hello, my friend, and greetings from the Robinson Dresser Sports Complex in Cedar Falls. And Cedar Falls Community Television is excited to provide you with high school baseball coverage. We're at the Diamond tonight as the Cedar Falls Tigers unbeaten 4-0, and they'll be hosting the Class 4A 6th-ranked Bobcats of Western Dubuque in Mississippi Valley Conference play. Mark Simpson with you, along with the coach, John Yoakum, as we get set. John, exciting to say, kind of a pivotal game early into this season.
Yeah, I agree, and I also think it's probably a little step up in competition from the first few games, with the marquee player with Harris on that team, and just get a good chance to see where you're at. 2 sweeps for the Tigers so far, or a sweep on Tuesday, and we'll get to see what Nice can do tonight. All
right, Dan, the Cedar Falls Tigers looking to continue the momentum to start this 2020 season. As you look at their scores, they won that exciting 8-inning contest over Waterloo West to open the season, and since then they've scored double digits the last 3 games, including the bats were working in the sweep against the Trojans of Waterloo East. Meanwhile, for Western Dubuque, coming in a little bit banged up at this time. They're 3-3. And they're hoping to gain some ground on Cedar Falls, and they're thinking sweep tonight.
Exactly, that gets them right back in the mix for the conference title.
You see the rest of the Western Dubuque schedule, and here's Cedar Falls defensively, and they're going to have Zach Neese on the mound. We saw Zach in the season opener against Waterloo West. He went 4 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, struck out 7, looked pretty good in that short stint. Saw the rest of the Tigers defensively, and Western Dubuque, there's their batting order. Coach's son, Ben Bryant, will lead things off. Calvin Harris, and he will be playing baseball at Mississippi next year. He's one of the elite players in the state of Iowa. Ben Bryant leading things off. He's a coach's son, so fundamentally, he has no weaknesses.
That's right.
Neese could throw in the low 80s. Hits the strike zone, 0-2.
He's working him on the outside part of the plate there.
Top 3 in the Bobcat order, really, really good. As Bryant watches the pitch, just miss outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It'll be Ben Bryant, Calvin Harris, who's DHing, then Sawyer Nauman facing Neese to begin the ball game. And strikeout for Zach Neese to start the game. 1 away, and here's Calvin Harris.
Did a good job of starting out in the zone and a little breaking ball.
Calvin Harris coming in to this ball game, batting .500 on the year, 2 RBIs. He's kind of battling a nagging injury, kind of like a tennis elbow, so has not pitched this year. He's a very talented pitcher. Has not really played a position. They're just kind of taking advantage of his strong bat as he swings and misses.
Conserve energy and get hits when you can.
Yeah, with the condensed season, Coach Casey Bryant for Western Dubuque was telling me they just want to be better at the end of the year, so they're not going to rush him back into the starting lineup as he pops it up left side of the infield. Shortstop Caleb Rasty for Cedar Falls makes the one-handed catch.
Good communication there between Kramer and Rasty. Rasty called him off there and made the catch.
2 outs here in the top of the first.
2 outs, and here's Sawyer Nauman, the junior first baseman. Nauman is a brother on the team as well. First pitch, fastball missing outside. What do you like best about Zach Neese as a pitcher?
Well, I haven't got to see him throw before, but I knew he was one of the starters that started 8 games last year, so he's one of their top 3 starters from last year. I know that he works quickly, likes to get ahead in the count, and he's peppering with strikes right now. That's what I like to see.
So Sawyer Nauman hitting .294 on the season. Has driven in 4 runs this season. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the first, no score between Cedar Falls and Western Dubuque. Got a cat fight here at the Robinson Dresser Sports Complex. 1-2. Zach Neese started the season opener for Cedar Falls against Waterloo West. Got no decision in that contest. Coach Brett Williams for Cedar Falls says he hides the ball well. That's what he likes best about him. He could throw 3 pitches for strikes, and he's a smart pitcher. Oh, a little off-speed pitch, and 2 strikeouts, and a 1-2-3 inning for Zach Neese. So a strong start for the junior pitcher. So no runs, no hits, and nobody left aboard as we go into the bottom of the first inning.
You can't script that much better. 3 up, 3 down, get back into the dugout, get your bats going. And like you said, we've been pretty hot with the bats, scoring double digits the last 3 games. Hopefully we can get off to a hot start tonight.
Let's take a look at the batting order for the Cedar Falls Tigers. Leading things off will be second baseman Isaac Bauer, Gabe Flancha, Max Steinlage, Drew Hoth in the cleanup spot. Pitchers Zach Neese. And then it's Brody Bartlett, Caleb Rasty, Jaden Kramer, and Colby Coonrat. Cedar Falls, coached by Brett Williams. He's in his first year as the head coach. He's got a little catching up. Do a catch up to Casey Bryant, longtime coach at Western Dubuque, who's been there 25 years. Has 443 victories. Here's defensively what the Bobcats will look like. Ben Bryant throwing. Van Teeger is the catcher. Nauman, Hogan, Bomover, Perino, the infield. We have Quagliano in left, Stoudemeyer in center, and Kleesner in right. Beautiful day for baseball. Well, you cannot ask for better conditions. 2 good days of weather.
Exactly,
this week.
it's been great. Got rid of that rain on Monday or whatever day that was, and cleared up pretty nice.
Bryant is 1-0 on the year. He's pitched 4 innings so far, giving up 2 earned runs. He struck out 6, walked 3. So Ben Bryant, he's going to play 2 sports at Wartburg College. He's going to play football and baseball. So he's a good athlete.
Second baseman, number 1, Isaac Bauer.
Said, saw the Wartburg campus and loved it. Hard not to. That's an impressive facility. First pitch called strike to Isaac Bauer. Ben Bryant can throw in the low 80s as well. Can mix it up. That's a pretty good curveball.
Bauer's been batting .385 this year so far, so he's been off to a really good start.
He's driven in 4 runs so far. It's been a pretty balanced attack for Cedar Falls. They really haven't relied on just one individual. Nice pitch. Called strike. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bauer, then Gage Flancha, Max Steinlage. Leading things off here in the bottom of the first inning. Western Dubuque went down in order, the top of the first. Bryant, wow, watch
right
it.
off the helmet.
That hit him in the back of the helmet, and he's going to jog to first, but I'm sure they're going to check him out just to make certain that there's got to be worried about that concussion protocols that have to be taking place. It's Coach Bolt at first base. Watch this. There's the replay. Ouch.
Try to get out of the way of it. That's something where the release point is most likely off there. Just released a little too early there and came inside. He seems to be okay though.
So Gage Flancha, the junior catcher, hitting .400 on the year, has 1 home run, has driven in 6. That ball is hit towards the shortstop, drifting over to his right, and then throwing it into right field is a bomb over. And the error on the shortstop for Western Dubuque.
Well, the fact that he had to go towards third base to make the play made it a tighter play at second and made it a harder throw. And the hustle by Bauer made it a tough play.
So Steinlage will come out, and Blake Smith will run for him.
That play would have been close at second the way it was. Bauer timed it just about right.
So Steinlage at the plate.
He's been batting just .857 this year.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Did I say Flanch? Steinlage, correction.
Yeah, he's batting .857 right now in the year. That's a pretty good mark.
He's a sophomore. 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. Was 6 out of 7 at the so far this year.
Yep, 6 out of 7.
He shows the bunt right in front of home plate. The catcher Van Tiger fields it, a low throw, and he beats it out.
Well, you know, that's got to catch you by surprise. Somebody that's 7 for 8 on the season, or 6 for 7, dropping that bunt down. You're not really expecting that. And he's left-handed, and he's long. Hustles down the line. Great hustle there by Max.
So Bowers at third. Blake Smith running for Flanches at second, and Steinlage at first. And here's Drew Hoth batting .500 on the year.
And they got nowhere to put him either.
Hoth leads Cedar Falls with 3 doubles on the season. So the Tigers trying to strike first here in the bottom of the first inning off Ben Bryant and the Western Dubuque Bobcats. So I'm told Drew Host's father's birthday today, so his present for Dad would be
a birthday grand slam.
Yeah,
right.
We saw Drew hit a grand slam last year in a broadcast here on Cedar Falls Community Television. You see,
is there any like announcer jinxes in baseball?
None
okay,
whatsoever.
None, so we're good. All right.
As you can tell on screen, Drew is a big man. The junior lumbers up to the plate, but he's very selective at the plate. He leads the Tigers in walks as Ben Bryant.
Which is tough to do because he's got to protect, you know, a lot bigger strike zone than most other guys.
He's 8 walks through the first 4 games. That first pitch was a nice curve by Bryant. Movement on that one, but it's low. And it's 1-1.
Looks so far they're trying to pitch the ball down to him. Don't elevate it.
Cedar Falls has the bases loaded, nobody out. Yet to get a ball hit out of the infield. They had the bases juiced. Called strike by home plate umpire Dave Nee.
It's a good pitch there. Started in the middle and worked its way to the outside part of the plate. Drew thought about swinging at it and laid off.
So Bryant ahead of the Cedar Falls batter, Drew Hoth. And got a piece of that, but caught by the catcher Van Tiger, and 1 down. It's a big strikeout. So there's 1 out, and now up to the plate. Here comes Zach Neese, junior pitcher, hitting .250. And he has a grand slam already this year. He hit one down against Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Ball sails up high. Neese has 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. Tigers trying to take advantage of it. But the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch outside, 2-0.
This is where Zach can start to be really selective on what he's looking for here because he's got pitches to work with.
Bryant delivers the heat. That ball follows straight back.
That's where Bryant had to bring it. He had to bring it right down. I think the count's 2-1.
2-1 is the count. Brody Bartlett on deck for Cedar Falls.
He had a lot of big hits on Tuesday night.
He had 5 runs batted in. And a 10-4 win against Waterloo East. And ball 3. So it's 3-1 to Neese. Nowhere to go for Bryant. Bauer at third, Smith at second, Steinlage at first for Cedar Falls, all with pretty good wheels. Fastball inside, ball 4, and it's a bases-loaded walk, and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead as Isaac Bauer jogs in from third base, and the bases are still loaded and just 1 out. So coming in to run for for Nice, correction, will be off the bench, and that's Easton Skirl. Easton is a senior. Here's Brody Bartlett. He's the DH for Cedar Falls. The .385 average, 7 runs knocked in. We got 5 of those in one game. Ball 1. So Ben Bryant struggling here under the heat in this first inning. 1 run in. Tigers trying to break this game open early. That ball hit towards the shortstop. Could be 2. They shovel it to second for 1 to first. Double play. On a close play. 6-4-3. It's bomb over to Hogan, to Nauman, and Western Dubuque gets out of a big jam via the double play. So Cedar Falls, 1 run on just 1 hit. And they strand 1. 1 error committed by Western Dubuque. So played 1. It's a 1-0 lead for Cedar Falls. We'll be back with more after this. Our broadcast is brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find us online at withamauto.com. More baseball after this on CFTV.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Fords? Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Ford selection? Witham Ford has you covered. Our 3 locations means we're the Cedar Valley's largest Ford dealer, covering all of your Ford needs for sales, service, and parts. So shop the Ford dealer you can count on. Shop Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Cedar Falls with a 1-0 lead. Mark Simpson along with John Yoakum. And John, I would imagine Western Dubuque, even though they're down, have to have some momentum as they got out of what it looked like was going to be a really big inning for Cedar Falls with that double play at the end the first.
Extremely fortunate there to get through that. The pitcher can settle in now. He threw a lot of pitches, but he got through a pretty heavy part of the lineup, and now they get their bats back up to the plate.
So Peyton Quagliano.
Close play at first.
Brian Van Tiger and Casey Perino will be facing Zach Nace, who had a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Nace, lanky pitcher. Swing and a miss by Quagliano. And Quagliano's really putting together a solid season statistically. So far, he's hit .500 on the year. So he takes that one to shallow right. Coming in, Connor Woods for Cedar Falls. And makes the one-handed grab. Quagliano had 9 hits, scored 7 runs. Good, 7 of those 9 hits were singles and 2 doubles.
So it's a nice play there by Connor Woods, not to overrun that. That's something that typically happens on some of those line drives to right field.
So Brian Van Tiger.
That name, I feel like he's playing on the wrong team.
I didn't even think about that till just now. He's hitting .222 on the year. Sophomore, 2-0. Has pitched down low. He has 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. There's a called strike.
Nice pitch on the outside corner there.
You know, that catch by Connor Wood, it's difficult because it is.
He made it look a lot easier than it is.
Yeah, because that sun, it's hard to battle. It's hard to find the ball off the bat.
I mean, it's a line drive that's diving off and to the right. It's just hard to play.
Count goes 3-1 here to Van Tiger, the sophomore catcher. Hits that ball, foul, out of play. Right behind us. We're located in the press box. Full count now. Looking for another strikeout as Nace. Now, and just missed, and first man to get aboard for Western Dubuque will be Van Tiger, courtesy of the walk. Now Casey Perino coming up to the plate. An absolutely beautiful day for baseball here in Cedar Falls. The Robinson Dresser Sports Complex. Cedar Falls undefeated 4-0, while Western Dubuque 3-3.
Number 6, Casey Perano.
Perino, senior third baseman, hitting .278, is driven in 5. Inside pitch. Tigers had the bases loaded with no outs. Only come away with 1 run in the bottom of the first inning. Western Dubuque helps them with a nice 4-6-3 double play to close out the first. Get out of a, could have been a jam. Called strike, 1-1. Dave Nee, who now lives in the Waterloo area. Roger Johnson is the umpire in the field from North Liberty. Good veteran crew. Outside. I knew Dave way back in the day in Northwest Iowa. He was working in radio at Spencer. I was working in Emmitsburg. He's gone on to bigger, better things. Look at me. So it's good to catch up with him prior to the game.
Going.
Runner going, a strong throw, and Gage Blanchard got him. The catcher with another perfect strike, and Rasty applies the tag.
Well, prior to that, they were 19 out of 20 stolen bases. 19 out of 21. You don't run on Flancha.
Well, that's doing that early in the game. That leaves an impression as this contest progresses. Meanwhile, it's a 2-2 count to Perino. And ball in the dirt. Full count now. So now 2 outs and nobody on. Cedar Falls on top, 1-0. Again, Casey Bryant, head coach, been there now in his 20th year as head coach. He's a school counselor at Western Dubuque. And just missing. Oh, some of the infielders, Cedar Falls, started to head towards the dugout. They thought that was...
Had to be just a little low, because that was right over the middle.
Second walk given up by Zach Neese, junior pitcher.
The runner at first. So 2
Here's
outs, that'll send to the
Carter
plate.
Kleesner.
Carter Kleesner, right fielder.
Kleesner is a senior playing right field, hitting .200. He has 5 runs batted in. Tigers coming off a sweep Tuesday over Waterloo East, while Western Dubuque, they split with Dubuque Senior. A couple high-scoring games. Swinging late, fouling it off is Kleesner, 1-1. Coach Bryant, he's been a Iowa High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star coach 3 times, 2006, 2010, and 2014. Really built Western Dubuque into a really strong program. Slow curveball, perfectly thrown. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 man on with 2 outs here in the top of the second. From sun-splashed Robinson Dresser Sports Complex. We are at the baseball diamond for this somewhat important matchup here in the Mississippi Valley Conference.
Great pitch on the outside by Neese there.
Gleasner goes down. 3 strikeouts now for Zach Neese, who's been nice so far here early. Let's take a look at that great defensive play, John.
Yeah, good transition from the catch to the throw. Perfect throw right on the money. Racy does a good job of blocking the bag and tagging him right there.
So bottom of the second. And Cedar Falls will be sending the bottom of the order to the plate. Caleb Racy is batting 7th. Then it's Jaden Kramer and Colby Coonrad.
Yeah, we got through most of our lineup there in the first inning. Just would like to get a couple more runs across, but hopefully we keep the pressure on Bryant here. Here's the lineup again.
You see the Racy leading things off. Racy, Kramer, both sophomores. Coonrad is a senior. Talking a lot about the coach for Western Dubuque. How about the coach of Cedar Falls, Brett Williams? I see some of the fans pulling up, watching the game, their vehicles out in the outfield. Brett Williams, he was named Cedar Falls interim head baseball coach in October of 2019. Takes over for Nick Klein.
He gets a pretty interesting first season. You didn't know if you're going to get to half the season, you know how things play out, and then it's like, hey, we're going to change your schedule and jam everything together, and they've obviously gotten off to a good start.
Brett played baseball at Cedar Falls, graduated in '97. Has been a part of the baseball program since 2003. Primarily as a sophomore coach with about a 5 to 6 year stint as a freshman baseball coach. But he's very close to this baseball program. Pitch outside 2-0 here to Racy.
Definitely a hitter's count here for Racy.
Swinging light. Ben Bryant. 1-0 on the year. Trying to go 2-0. Trying to get a first win of this doubleheader against the Cedar Falls Tigers. Racy. It's a one hopper. Fielded by Baum over the shortstop. And one shortstop throws out the other shortstop. There's one down.
Yeah, that was a nice play off of one hop there. Good throw across the diamond right on the money to the first baseman.
How aggressive do you want your infielders? You know, that took a perfect bounce to him, but how aggressive do you want
you definitely want to be the one making the play. You don't want the ball to play you, so I think the more aggressive, the better. And it's all about timing.
Now Jaden Kramer, sophomore. Quietly, he's having a very good year at the plate. 667. 2 runs driven in. Called strike. Ben Bryant got out of a jam in the first. Again, Cedar Falls had the bases loaded, nobody out. Tigers only able to get 1 run across. 2-1. I guess we're only into the 5th game of the year. It's hard to kind of gauge a
stats
team.
really aren't there.
It's
Rip.
a base hit. Second hit of the game for Cedar Falls. As Kramer continues to swing the hot bat early in the season. But John, I guess, if you want to describe Cedar Falls so far, I've just been impressed how competitive they are so
Exactly.
far.
And like you talked about before, everywhere up and down the lineup, it's not one guy driving in runs. It's everybody's dangerous and everybody's contributing.
Here's Colby Coonrad, senior, playing left field, 231 batting average, has 1 RBI. Goes after the first pitch, pops it up, foul territory. The first baseman, Nauman, battling the sun and able to make the catch. So 1 pitch, and Coonrad is out. And it's not an easy play either for the first baseman. The sun is out, but there is still a breeze cutting across the field here.
Seems like it's going out a little bit more than.
Went in for the south. Appears to be, if I'm reading that flag, southeast maybe.
I agree.
So 2 outs here at the top of the order. Here's Isaac Bauer.
Looked almost like a pitch out there. They were thinking maybe Bauer would run.
Or Kramer, correction. Who's at first base? This is Bauer
Yeah,
at the plate. You get one mistake though per game, John.
That's all. Better tighten it up.
Pitch inside. There he goes, the runner, and that's a good throw by Van Tiger. And he easily throws out Jaden Kramer trying to swipe second. Beautiful play defensively.
Nice play by both teams' catchers. It wasn't a great pitch. It was kind of inside. He had to catch it against the grain of his body and then made a great throw.
So Isaac Bauer will be batting again in the bottom of the third. So that will conclude second inning. The Tigers, no runs, 1 hit, nobody left aboard. We will move now into the top of the third, 1-0 Cedar Falls. You're enjoying Tiger Baseball on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Underage drinking comes at a cost. What gets crushed when you drink?
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Signs by Tomorrow. More than a custom sign company, we're your advertising solutions resource. SignsByTomorrow.com. Mark Simpson with John Yoakum. We're at the Baseball Diamond here at the Robinson Dresser Sports Complex in Cedar Falls. Top of the third inning. We'll see Ben Hogan, Garrett Baumover, and Ben Bryant. The 8-9 on the top of the order, batting for the Bobcats of Western Dubuque. Still looking for their first hit of the game off Zach Neese. Ball fouled off. Right side of the right side, right for the dugout of the Bobcats.
Hogan's batting 182 on the year.
So you got to be a good swinger when your name's Ben Hogan.
Hope it's a golf swing.
The great, yeah. Called strike by the home plate umpire. 0-2. Sure he never hears that a lot.
Yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes. Hogan just gets a piece of it. 0-2. Cedar Falls getting an RBI in the first and a bases loaded walk by Zach Neese. After Cedar Falls had the bases loaded with nobody out. We're only able to get 1 run because of a strikeout and a double play. That ball's hit well into the gap. That's going to fall down. Hogan has a base hit to start off the top of the third inning. First hit of the game now for Western Dubuque.
Hogan did a good job of waiting on that curveball, then just went with it right into right center field. The curve and then right with it.
I was asking Coach Williams for Cedar Falls for the game, and one of the keys, as he mentioned, he said, just got to be competitive and don't limit the extra outs.
Yep.
Just don't want to make those mistakes, because a great team like Western Dubuque, they'll make you pay for it. Ball up high. Gage Flancher, the catcher, throwing out Van Tiger last inning, so we'll see how aggressive the Bobcats are on the base pass. Bomb over at the plate.
He hasn't got a hit yet this year.
Quick move, and Drew Hoth
snared it.
Yeah, he's 6'4", and he had to leap up. I was afraid that was going to go foul territory. There's a lot of velocity on that by Neese. Ball, I'm not sure if that was
foul
a
tip.
Was that attempted bunt or?
It was.
Okay.
Yep. We got fouled off the home plate umpire.
1-1 the count.
Just got tipped and hit him on the right shoulder. The face mask a little bit there too. By the collarbone a little bit. So you want to be a baseball umpire.
Yeah. Dave's been doing it over 30 years. Well, got Roger Johnson in the field. He's been doing it over 40 years. So they should get maybe a couple calls right today. Again, he shows the bunt. There's a strike.
He offered at it there, yep. It's a good pitch by Nice there, low and away. It's going to be a tough pitch to bunt.
That's the kind of unsettling thing. You see these umpires, a lot of these guys, you've seen for years. Where are the young umpires coming up? That's the thing you got to be concerned about.
It's a tough job.
Incredibly hard. Swing and a miss. Oh, got away from Flancha, or did it? Nope. First base was occupied, and so.
So the runner's out first, and then it's your option at first to do what you want.
And moving over to second was Ben Hogan.
Just smart of Flancha there not to throw it to first. There's no point.
There's an out, runner advances to second though on the play.
So now we have 4 strikeouts in the game for Zach Nice. That's the first out of the inning. Hogan now in scoring position. Here comes Ben Bryant. Took me a moment to realize how come he's not throwing the ball, and then realized the runner at first base, and then he has the option at defensively.
Well, and if you're not sure as a batter, always hustle down the line.
Here's the pitcher, Ben Bryant. Second time through, he's struck out. Start the game. First pitch up high, 1-0. Correction, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Looking out of the stretch, Nice for Cedar Falls. And he misses. 3-0. The very dangerous Calvin Harris on deck for Western Dubuque.
It doesn't get any easier for Nice here as they go through that top part of their lineup.
Yeah, this is
kind of the meat of the lineup right here.
Murderer's row right here. The first 3 batters for the Bobcats.
Oh, close.
Didn't miss by much, but he did good. He was down low, and runners at first and second, only 1 out. And here's Calvin Harris, who popped up to the shortstop, Racy, in the first inning. Coming into the game, hitting .500.
For Western Dubuque. Still with 1 out. That'll bring somebody designated.
Looks like Coach Williams talking about how he wants it to align defensively.
Western Dubuque last year, they benched all the way to the state tournament.
Yeah, beat by the champion Urbandale.
Yep. They really felt last year was their year. So we had some
They were Urbandale's closest game at state.
Yep. It was a 3-0 decision. First pitch, that's slapped hard to deep left. Coonrat going back, reaches out, can't grab it. Coming in to score will be Hogan, and Bryant will wait at third. It's a double for Calvin Harris, and we are tied at 1 apiece.
It's good effort by Coonrat here, just outstretched.
So Calvin Harris drives in his 3rd run of the season. And now here comes Sawyer Nauman.
He's batting .294, but he has 4 runs batted in on the year.
Nauman, a junior, he's the first baseman. That ball hit well. Coonrat again backpedaling, watches the ball sail over his head, hits the bottom of the fence. This could bring home 2 runs. And scoring is Ben Bryant, and then Calvin Harris scores as well, and it's a double by Nauman. You can see the power of Western Dubuque in the top of the order.
That was a great strike there. Kind of caught Coonrat there. He took a couple steps in, but probably weren't going to catch that one anyways, with as well as it was hit to the fence.
So back-to-back doubles. And it's now Western Dubuque with the advantage, 3-1. And Peyton Quagliano, batting .500 on the year, comes up to the plate.
The last two batters jumped on that first pitch. They saw a pitch they liked.
Ball blocked nicely by Flancha, and the runner Nauman stays at second.
It's kind of a double-edged sword. You want to get ahead as a pitcher, but you can't throw it right down there because they're looking for a particular pitch, and both those guys got the pitch they wanted and drove it.
And both
First pitch.
Yeah, Harris and Nauman. Just when it went off the bat, you knew it was going to be trouble. Movement on that one, it flutters, but it's going to be a ball. So 1 or 2 balls, no strikes here. Quagliano batting cleanup. 3 runs in here. As Western Dubuque, they didn't have a hit going into this inning, and now they've rattled off 3, and it helps you to get a couple extra base hits. He's finding the strike zone.
He's doing a good job of working the outer half of the plate there.
2-1. Ball hit shortstop. Rasty comes in, fields it cleanly, and a good throw. It's 2 outs. Rasty thought that was the 3rd out. He started to move his way towards the dugout. It's only the 2nd out of the inning.
This is one where if he's got to be aggressive coming, see how he charges it. You have to be able to make that play. If you let the ball eat you up, you're not going to be able to throw him out at first.
I don't know if you got a shot of Rasty after he threw that ball, but he's moving towards the dugout.
It's wishful thinking.
Now, Brian Van Tiger up to the plate again. He's up last inning, drew a walk. He's the first Bobcat to get aboard. And he was caught stealing. 1-0 the pitch. First game of this doubleheader between Cedar Falls and Western Dubuque. Western Dubuque coming in ranked 6 in the preseason rankings in Class 4A. Cedar Falls, pleasant surprise, off to a 4-0 start. Nice hasn't been off by much, but I'll give credit to the home plate umpire. Has been consistent in his strike zone so far.
Yeah, Nice had gotten a strike on that pitch, on a similar pitch right before. They just tried to elevate it a little bit, get him to chase.
2-1. There's the heat. Gobbles up Van Tiger. 2 balls, 2 strikes. At second base, Sawyer Nauman. Or excuse me, now at third base, Nauman, who moved over on that throw as Quagliano grounded out. Nauman with a big double to drive in 2 runs to put the Bobcats ahead, 3-1.
Good stop there by Flancha, saves a run. Yeah, those are little plays that you don't really take into account. You just expect them to make them, but that's a big stop behind the plate.
Yeah, it just really doesn't show up in the box score.
Exactly, yeah, you don't notice that unless the play isn't made.
Full count.
Just outside.
Zach Nace, second walk he's given up in the inning, so it's becoming a long inning for Zach Nace. You see his pitch count where he's at right now.
They just talked about what they want to do here if there's a steal situation.
Now Casey Perrinode, the senior third baseman. Perrinode drew a walk last inning. Nice.
It's a little high there.
Laboring, trying to get that final out of this third inning. 3 runs in for Western Dubuque. And a runner at third, 2 outs. I should say runners at the corners.
Well, it's a good team's duty. They just keep putting pressure on you, and hopefully they crack through sometime.
2-0 the count. Ace looking out of the stretch. Ball is crushed to left field. Now you see it. Now you don't. 3-run homer for Casey Perrineau. And Western Dubuque opens up the game as they now lead 6-1.
Yeah, that'd be his eighth RBI of the season.
No doubt about it. Perrineau, who's committed to Southeastern Community College, crushes that one. Oh.
Just turned on it right away. Got the exact pitch he wanted and turned on it, and there it goes.
The marquee players for Western Dubuque stepping up. It's now 6-1. Carter Kleesner up to the plate. See how Nice reacts here after giving up the home run now that opens up. Turns this was a Cedar Falls 1-0 lead. Now they trail 6-1. Down low, and again, Nice not off by much, but
I think Flancher thought that one was a strike.
So 2 doubles, 3-run homer. And Western Dubuque flexing their muscle here in this 3rd inning. That's a 3-0 count here to Carter Kleesner.
Well, sometimes as a pitcher, if you're not getting some of those outside calls, you feel like you have to groove it right down the middle, and that's where you get into trouble.
4 pitches and another walk. And that might be it for Nice. Brett Williams coming out. Slow walk to the pitcher's mound. That might be it for Nice, who is laboring here in this 3rd inning.
I think he's going to let him keep going. I think he's going to give him another batter, try to get out of the inning.
So there you see 27 pitches here alone in this 3rd inning.
Plus this is one where he could be giving somebody time to warm up as well.
Brett Williams talking to both catcher and pitcher right now. And again, it was a 1-0 lead for Cedar Falls heading into the top of the 3rd. RBI.
And it could also be talking to Flancher about positioning on some of those pitches where he lines up and how he holds the ball. Because sometimes it affects some of those calls. Could also be a discussion that's happening.
Calvin Harris with an RBI double. Sawyer Nauman drove in 2 with a double. Then they had the big home run by Perrineau. Up to the plate is batting around now. Here's Ben Hogan again. 10th man to face Zach Neese. That ball fouled off.
He had that nice drive into right center his first time up to bat this inning.
Runner at first, 2 outs. Slow sweeping curveball misses. 2-1. Hogan batting 8th, coming into the game, hitting just 182 for the senior second baseman. There's a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Over to Hogan.
Come after him right here, get out of the inning.
Beautiful day for high school baseball. First game of twin bill between Cedar Falls and Western Dubuque. Ball fouled off. His count remains 2-2. 6-1, but positive for Cedar Falls. Very early in this ball game here.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time.
Cedar Falls off to the 4-0 start has shown they are battlers and be a hard team to put away. Problem is you don't want to dig yourself in too big a hole.
Good pitch.
Makes gets the strikeout. So it's a long inning as Western Dubuque 6 runs. And they have 4 hits in the game as they grab a 6-1 lead. We'll be back with more after this. This is Tiger Baseball on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Kias? Witham Kia in Waterloo has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Kia selection? Witham Kia has you covered. We are the Cedar Valley's largest Kia dealer, covering all your needs for sales, service, and parts. Our Kia prices have never been lower, and the savings have never been bigger. See for yourself at withamkia.com. So shop the dealer you can count on. Witham Kia in Waterloo.
Everything we do is driven by you.
The Iowa High School Baseball Coaches Association preseason rankings. 4A, defending state champion Urbandale, number 1. Western Dubuque coming in at number 6. They are the highest ranked schools among the Mississippi Valley Conference teams. Iowa City West coming in at 8th and Cedar Rapids Prairie 10th. So
we got the top of the lineup here. We need to get something started here for the Tigers.
It's Isaac Bauer. Bauer was batting when the Jaden Kramer was thrown out, trying to steal second. That was close to hitting him on the shoulder.
I was going to say, he's got to be thinking, what did I do to this guy?
He got hit on the helmet. Start the game. I should say in the bottom of the first. Bryant. Outside of Bryant, he's be a little cold. That was a long inning. 6 runs, 10 men go to the plate. See how he reacts. Foul tip, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
You know, it's a little bit different this year. You talk about things that are different. In the past, the other team would just pick up the ball. A lot of times, like, you can't touch the other team's baseball. You'll notice that quite a bit.
Brian Van Tiger, the catcher. Moment's delay and something in his eye. Yeah, Van Tiger, he's got to move to Cedar Falls with that last name. 1 hopper, and there's Bryant running off the mound and easily underhands it to the first baseman, Nauman. There's 1 down.
That's how a lot of pitchers like to do it, run it over and just kind of flip it if they catch it that quickly, because sometimes it's an awkward throw for pitchers from that close of a distance. Just take a few steps. Easy toss, but nice catch there by Bryant.
So there's 1 out. Here's Gage Flancha. Flancha reached out an error by the shortstop in the first inning. It's looming large right now. Cedar Falls had the bases loaded. Nobody out. Was only able to get 1 run across. Western Dubuque got a huge double play to end that inning. Kind of really stopped Cedar Falls' momentum. Couple quick strikes.
It's a good pitch on the inside part of the plate there.
Flancha, junior catcher, hitting .400 for Cedar Falls coming into the game. Three pitches. Flancha goes down.
As a pitcher, when your team puts those runs up for you, you just get more confident, and it makes them be able to be a little more aggressive.
Here's Max Steinlage batting. Steinlage playing center field. Sophomore who, he's now 7 out of 8 this year at the plate. Came into the game hitting .857, and he raised his average with a bunt single in the first inning. John, do the math. What's his average right now?
7/8, 80.875.
Thank you. The walking calculator, John Yoakum. That's what his nickname is.
Just give me easy ones.
Computer that wore tennis shoes. That's That was an old Walt Disney movie. There's a called strike. I'm showing my age by just saying that.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. But I
it was a
believe
way
you.
old movie. I think Kurt
believe
Russell was in it back when he used to do those Walt Disney movies when he was a teenager. There's a ball hit off the home plate. Look at the high hop and
Steinlage's speed. There's no way they're going to get in there. Another hit. 8 out of 9. That's 889.
Oh, man. Watch this. The Minnesota Twins used to play at the Metrodome. I remember Kirby Puckett got hundreds of hits like that. He would just
chop it into the turf.
Chop it off that Metrodome infield. So Bryant coming off the mound trying to make the over-the-shoulder catch. Can't field it. It's a 2-out infield hit.
Ooh.
Inside on Hoth. Drew Hoth struck out with the bases loaded last time up. Trying to redeem himself. Big first baseman for Cedar Falls. That ball hit well right field. Kleesner watching that one. Roll to the fence. Will it bring in a run? Steinlage rounding third. There's going to be a throw to home plate. The tag, no, did not get him. And Hoth with another double. And it's now 6-2.
Great hustle by Steinlage. Running hard the whole way. Great swing.
Hoth, that's the first run he's knocked in this year. Watch Steinlage.
Hustling. It's a pretty good relay by Western Dubuque as well.
The tag came up the line. Now watch Van Tiger.
Yep, his throw wasn't quite good enough to home plate.
From our vantage point, I thought that
it looked
tag
like
closer.
Yeah, yep.
But he missed considerably. Now we have Zach Neese coming up to the plate. So the Tigers getting one run with 2 outs here. It's now 6-2. Both teams now with 4 hits in the game.
It's a nice curveball there.
Again, Western Dubuque probably is the better talent, but Cedar Falls just scrappers. They're going to compete to the last out. Kind of get that personality of their head coach, Brett Williams. RBIs for Hoth and Neese now in the ball game. Neese drew a walk with the bases loaded back in the first inning. Another high chopper. This time Bryant fields it, throws it, and the first baseman can't come up with it. And
these are the kind of plays where you got to make them hurt a little bit here. Get Bartlett up as the DH.
let's watch it again. It's the second time. It was a high throw, and that pulled the first baseman Nauman off the bag. So even if he catches that, he would have been safe. I would call that an error on the throw by the pitcher. So it's our first, second error.
This is where you develop as a team and as a program.
Yeah.
This is where the good teams make this hurt. Give an extra at bat here. Like to see Bartlett come through.
Runners at first and third. First pitch is a ball. So Western Dubuque using the power in the top half of this inning with a couple doubles and a big 3-run homer. Score all 6 of their runs. Cedar Falls trying to answer back here in the bottom of the third. Oh, they're going to call it a balk. And that will bring in a run. Never came to a complete stop. Roger Johnson, the umpire, saying.
Now you said the coach's son would never make a mistake like that.
Yeah.
Oh. We'll take it.
Drew Hoth comes in on the Tigers.
You know, if we're able to get a base hit here and score that run, 6-4, you're right back in it.
So Hoth comes in from third to scores. Neese moves over to second.
I think we should give Drew a steal on that one.
Correction, that's a Skirl, I believe, in the game right now for Cedar Falls running for Neese. Houston Skirl. Two-0 count. Bartlett watches that. Called strike.
That's one I bet he wishes he throws again here.
That ball taken to right, but it'll go foul.
Good contact there.
2-2 the count. Bartlett's the DH tonight for Cedar Falls. He's hitting for right fielder Connor Wood. Tigers, the home white today for this first game of this doubleheader. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. And Ben Bryant gets the strikeout.
Good
Tigers
pitch.
scratch a couple runs. The high chopper able to get aboard with Steinlage. And Drew Hoth, big hit for right field. Extra base hit. Brought home Steinlage. How about that high chopper? Air by Wyatt. 6-3 through top of the 4th. And you're watching Tiger Baseball on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Top of the 4th, 6-3. Western Dubuque with the lead. They'll have Garrett Baumover, Ben Bryant, Calvin Harris batting. Baumover struck out last inning when Western Dubuque sent 10 men to the plate. Zach Neese still on the mound. First pitch fouled off.
This is where I'd really like to see after we, responded and got a couple runs to kind of get a shutdown inning here and try to get back in the dugout quickly.
Watch that ball right coming at you.
I was told protect the equipment, not Mark.
Yes.
I got it.
Because I will get out of the way. Let me assure you that. Down low, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Baumover looking for his first hit of the season. Neese comes inside. He's been close, but no cigar. He's
Definitely seems like Western Dubuque's doing a good job of picking up the pitches as the game's gone on. That first time through was pretty successful, and they're having a lot more success the second time through the lineup.
2 balls, 1 strike. Now this 3-1. Ben Bryant on deck. That dangerous top of the order for Western Dubuque, which burned the Tigers last inning. I'm looking, I don't see any action. Cedar Falls bullpen is leadoff walk. Okay, another walk given up. Trying to add up.
First hitter aboard for the Bobcats.
Get there's a 5th walk.
Their lineup comes to the plate.
Given up.
Batting the pitcher.
We count again. Correction. 6 walk given up. By Neese showing the bunt. Ball in the dirt. Late throw by Flancha down to second. And Varsity can't field it anyhow. The shortstop. That'll be a stolen base for Garrett Baumover.
That's one Flanch frustrated with because he kind of maybe hesitated just a little because of the bump, but didn't catch it cleanly. And he still almost threw him out.
Yeah. I didn't think he had a chance when he released that ball. And then when it got too close to Raisty, I go, hey, might have an opportunity here. But Raisty could not field the low throw.
He got a lot of power on it, too, from his knees. He didn't stand up and put his legs into that one.
Flancha threw out a runner in the second inning. Coming into the game, Western Dubuque 19 out of 20 stolen base attempts. Called strike. This is Ben Bryant. Pitcher struck out in the first, walked and scored in the third. Nice. The heat.
You know, one thing I noticed going through the lineup, they have a lot of seniors. Looks like a lot of mature guys out there, and you get that with tradition that Western Dubuque's had. A lot of seniors out there.
It's a team that's it's gone to the state tournament the last 2 years, and in their programs, excuse me, they've gone to the last 2 years, and a team that's gone to state 6 times. They were a 3A team for a long time. They just joined the Mississippi Valley Conference last year.
Was he marking something down there about arguing about a call or something? Looked like he...
I'm not sure for the reason for the delay.
wrote something down. His notebook there.
The home plate umpire did it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's maybe complaining about pitch calls or what.
2-1.
Because I saw Coach Williams come out and address something, so I feel like he had to have been writing something about Cedar Falls.
3-1. Zach Neese, again, he's been close. Just, I'm not saying he's not getting the calls, he's just missing.
I think you have to credit West Dubuque making him work too. I mean, there's a lot of pitches that you could easily take some cuts at that they're just holding off and they're swinging when they have to.
Full count. Hope you're enjoying the many beautiful shots by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew. They put on the sunscreen for the ball game. Ball 4, 7th walk, Mercy. And that will do it. And so it's going to be an early end here for Zach Neese.
I think that's Coach Marchesani. I think if they're going to pull him, it'd probably be Coach Williams, unless the warning was against Coach Williams and he can't come out anymore. You know, in basketball, if you get a technical foul, you can't come out.
Well, you see Ben Bowman warming up in the bullpen. All right.
I think this again is just gonna have a stall. Let him get another batter. Give Bowman some time to warm up.
There's the umpire, Dave Nee, saying, "Gentlemen, let's play baseball." So he will stay in the game. So no outs. Runners at first and second. Now we have Calvin Harris up to the plate. Harris hit a long double to left field. It brought in a run last time up.
If you're trying to get out of an inning, this is not necessarily the guy you want to face.
No. And you have Nauman on deck. There's no easy outs in this Western Dubuque lineup. They are solid. 1-9. Left-handed batting, Calvin Harris. You know what I like about him? Doesn't have the batting gloves.
Old school.
I love that. I always like when the guys had brought up the pants to the knees.
Yeah.
Show the stirrups. Very seldom see that anymore. You bring those pants up, makes you look faster.
Tell you what, it's going to take more than that for me to look faster out there, Mark.
2-0 the count here. Zach Neese getting into some serious trouble. The DH, Calvin Harris, coming into the game batting .500. He rips that one deep center. Now you see it. Oh, and it hits the bottom of the fence. 1 run in, and Harris, another long double. That's about as deep as you can hit that ball and keep it in the park.
I would guess that might be it. Yeah, just drove it, got the pitch he wanted, and that's the trouble when you get ahead in the count 2-0. You can wait on that fastball or whatever you're looking for, and he just drove it.
Bomb over scores. Ben Bryant stops at third. And Zach Neese right now stays in the game. It's a 7-3. Just reading the body language. Zach Neese doesn't look good right now. He's frustrated out there.
Yeah, it's a good lineup, and he's had to work the whole way through. Outside of that first inning, it's been tough the whole way through.
You see the pitch count, 81. There's a ball drilled in a left. That'll bring home a couple more as Sawyer Nauman brings in two, and Western Dubuque coming right back at Cedar Falls. So now it's a 9 runs in the ball game here.
And there's been no accident. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not errors. It's they're ripping the ball.
4 doubles now at Western Dubuque. So Zach Neese. Started the game strong. And second time through the order, Western Dubuque made them beg. And now Ben Bowman will come to the mound. Let's take a break as we got a new Cedar Falls pitcher coming in. See what the Tigers look like defensively. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Cedar Falls Community Television.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
There is only one place that has all of the highlights, all of the interviews, and all the great behind-the-scenes footage. Don't miss out on the high-flying action as we break it down on Panther Sports Talk. Tune in each week as Panther Sports Talk covers everything related to University of Northern Iowa athletics. Catch Panther Sports Talk on Channel 15, Cedar Falls Community Television.
There's our new pitcher, Ben Bowman. Bowman, the junior, coming in. And with that, there's the Tigers defensively. So everybody else staying the same. So it's Bowman in, replacing Zach Neese. 3 innings. This one will kill you. 7 walks given up. 6 hits, but 5 of those extra base hits, and the hit parade continues as Quagliano comes on and immediately goes after the first pitch and singles over to right center.
That's the thing I've been impressed with. You talked about them being selective, but at the same time, if they see a pitch they like right away, they'll just jump on it.
So Brian Van Tiger up. Still nobody out. Runners at first and second. 9 runs already put in by Western Dubuque. Van Tiger walked in the second and walked in the third. Scored a run in the third. Came in on that big home run hit by Casey Perino. We mentioned about Ben Bowman at that unique delivery, that little hop before he delivers the ball. The ball is popped up, right center, should be caught. Connor Wood drifting over, makes the catch. The runner tags up. This is Nauman, and he'll come in standing. The ball was cut off, and it's 10 runs on the board for the visitors from Western Dubuque, and that's an RBI for Van Tiger.
Good play there by Connor Woods. Just too deep, Bill, make a play at the plate. At this point, he's got to get outs.
Number 6, Casey Perno.
Casey Perno hit that deep home run to left field last time up. That no doubter once it left his bat. Perno again, he's going to play.
That's with 2 outs as well. I mean, that's a huge hit in this game. Take 3 runs away, it's just a different game.
Perno's going to be attending Southeast Community College next year. Fouls it out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sun is out, but it's very comfortable out there. There's a nice breeze blowing by. So it's not like it's a hot day out there, even though the sun is out.
It's not extremely humid either.
No.
It'll get much worse.
1-1. Bowman working out of the stretch. Strike.
Good pitch low in the zone there.
Perno entering the game, hitting .278. Now has 8 runs batted in on the year. Curveball. That's strike 3. Ball got away from Flancher, but again, first base was occupied.
Bowman did a nice job of setting him up there. A lot of fastballs and then finished him off with the curve.
So now
just way out in front of that.
There's Carter Kleesner up to the plate.
Number 22, Carter Kleesner for the Bobcats.
Throw to first. Put you in the shoes of Brett Williams, the head coach of Cedar Falls, John. What do you tell Zach Neese, a guy that picked up 3 wins last year, pitched well in the season opener? What do you tell him after a tough outing like today?
Well, I think some of maybe those pitches that they thought were strikes, they didn't get, kind of bothered him, and sometimes that makes a pitcher feel like he has to throw it kind of more in the middle, and that's what they teed off on a little bit, and it's a learning experience. And Western Dubuque's a really good team, a really good program, and they got good hitters all the way throughout the lineup. You just got to keep battling out there. There's not a whole lot you can do. They hit the ball well.
Curveball.
Nice pitch.
Carter Kleesner, he's the senior right fielder.
Hard to swing at a pitch that comes at your shoulder to start initially and then drops in there.
Kleesner's 0 for 1 in the game. Struck out in the second, walked in the third.
Nice pitch, Ben.
Strikes out looking.
That's what happens when you throw that nice curveball. You can throw that fastball right down the pipe.
So Ben Bowman comes in. Shuts down the Bobcats here in the top of the 4th. Where they still 4 runs. As they collected 3 hits in the inning. Strand 1. So it's a Big Ten 3 lead heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. We look at the standings right now in the Mississippi Valley Conference. Coming into today's doubleheader, Cedar Falls tied with Prairie for first place, in Western Dubuque, Xavier, Iowa City High, Dubuque Senior, and a logjam for second.
In the shortened season like this, you know, a doubleheader night where you can get a sweep against somebody makes a huge difference. Really compact, short season, you can shift top to bottom really quickly.
There's the Valley Division. Look at that. Got 3 teams tied for first, 3 teams tied for the basement.
That's interesting. So they must do just the teams in your division count towards your conference record, because Waterloo West's 1 loss is to us, so it doesn't count towards your conference record.
And remember, Dubuque Wahlert, they had a coach diagnosed with COVID or tested positive for COVID-19, so they have to cancel all their games for a 2-week period.
Yep, I didn't know that.
There's some of the fans out in the vehicles, out on the field, on the outfield, enjoying this one.
Raced you up to bat.
Skates down the pickup. Enjoying that one. Ball fouled off. Cedar Falls, this will have Caleb Rasty leading things off. Second straight inning, or Rasty led off the second inning. Oh, and
nice catch.
Brian has been active, hasn't he?
Athlete right there. Said he's a good athlete playing 2 sports in college. He showed off some athleticism right there.
Big smile on his face.
I think his teammates are giving him a hard time about the jump there.
They're saying, hey, can we play?
Exactly.
Now watch this again.
I think they were saying it wasn't the highest jump, but he snared it high enough.
Jaden Kramer, yep. Bryant going to play football and baseball at Wartburg College. Rick Willis, head football coach at Wartburg, and Joel Host is the head baseball coach. After watching that play, Joel Host goes, maybe you should just
stick to baseball.
Yeah, just concentrate on baseball.
Well, both of those are strong programs at Wartburg, and if you tour their facility, it's one of the best at that level.
On Division III, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'm a little partial to Central, Mark. That's where I play, but I can admit that Wartburg has a lot of nice facilities.
What do you say? If you're not Dutch, you ain't much,
yeah,
right?
I've told you that before. I don't know if it's true or not, but
2-1. Do you still call it the Iowa Conference?
I do.
It just slips. It's now the American Rivers Conference, but I can't. It just slips out.
Well, I always try to find information on what the standings are, or scores, or whatever else, and that's what I searched to find out. And then I'm like, I don't even know what it's called now.
The ARC.
Yep.
They added Nebraska Wesleyan, and now they changed the name to the American Rivers Conference a few years ago. And now it's finally grown on me. I hated the name at first. It was called Strike.
Well, I can see how Nebraska Wesleyan wouldn't want it to be called the Iowa Inter-Athletic Conference or whatever. But
so, see, I live in Waverly. We wanted to call it the conference name to Wartburg and the other teams.
There you go.
There's a slow roller. Third baseman fields it. Low throw, but scooping it up is Nauman. Perinote's throw was low.
Almost snow-coned it right in the tip of the glove here. Good hustle by Kramer down the line. That's where it was an aggressive play by the third baseman. Good throw, a little low, but it scooped it.
And now Colby Kunrat coming up to the plate, senior left fielder. Colby's neck might be sore. He's seen a few balls sail over his head today.
He's got some action out there.
Oh, and that plunked him.
Well, his neck and now his arm.
Yeah.
I'm blaming that one on you, Mark. That's some kind of announcer jinx.
Second batter that Bryant has hit in this game. Watch this. There's no time to get out of the way.
I brushed off the arm there.
So Isaac Bauer coming into the game. Bauer, he was hit by a pitch. Start the Tigers at bats in the bottom of the first. He got plunked off the helmet. That was kind of slightly scary for a moment. Bauer later came in to score in the first. Tigers had an early 1-0 lead through 2 innings. And Western Dubuque 6 in the third, 4 in the top of the fourth. Called strike.
It's interesting. He's been very consistent all night, but those 2 pitches were pretty much the same one, but it's tough.
Bauer, junior second baseman. Inside. Tigers coming in unbeaten, 4-0. Western Dubuque 3-3. That ball
nice
hit right over the shortstop, golfs it in to left field.
Great base running by Kunrad if he gets
Kunrad, and the throw bounces off the glove of the third baseman. And
that's great hustle. Yep. He was going the whole way. Look at his jump there. Great jump. Turns the corner, great hustle, hits the corner of the bag. Good slide too. He's going to break it up if the ball was right in front. He's going to break it up with his foot there.
Perrineau couldn't field it cleanly. Even if he does make the catch,
it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it looked like Coonrat was in there. Gage Flanch up to the plate. Tigers trying to get a 2-out rally and stay within striking distance somewhat to the Bobcats with the score 10-3.
That's the strategy. You just got to kind of chip away. You're not going to get 6-7 runs at once. Just get them one at a time.
Called strike. Flancha got a board on an error in the first, struck out in the third. Ben Bryant, 1-0 record coming into the game. He pitched 4 innings in that victory, giving up just 2 earned runs. Flancha checks swing and holds back. 1-1. Flancha just really impressed defensively what he has brought behind the plate so far. And he's hitting 400. So
he's battled at the plate.
Yeah.
Big spot here.
Up high. 2-1. So
I think he's really going to come after him here. Steinlager's been so hot this year.
There's that first and third. There's a ball hit. Could be problems. Shortstop, bomb over, long throw.
Nice play.
Beat the speedy Flancha. That's an all-star play there by Bombover. That's how you get all conference.
That's a lot of pressure right in the gap here. Flancha drives his hustling the whole way. He knows it's going to be close. Gets in front of it, steps into the throw. Great throw, right on the money. Good hustle by Flancha, nothing you can do there.
So Cedar Falls, no runs, 1 hit, 2 men left aboard. We played 4, and it's Western Dubuque 10, Cedar Falls 3. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Cedar Falls Community Television.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham Way. And that means offering you the convenience you need when shopping our 3 locations in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City. These locations mean always having the inventory you want when you want it. That's the Witham Way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
There's our box score so far. 10-7-2 for the visitors. 3-5-0 for Cedar Falls. Hey, I want to remind you, a big event coming up for the Cedar Falls Booster Club. Be part of the 21st annual Pat Mitchell Memorial Golf Outing in support of the Cedar Falls student athletes, hosted by the CF Tiger Booster Club. It'll be Thursday, July 30th at Pheasant Ridge Golf Course. It'll be 2 shotgun starts at 8 a.m. and 1:30. You can order tickets at cfschools.org. Help out the Booster Club. Call, go online now, get your tickets.
And I heard Mark's still available. Hitman for hire there, the Booster Club golf outing.
Look at my cell phone, it's blowing up.
You're gonna have to turn it off.
Foul ball. This is Ben Hogan leading things off. Hogan singled in the third and scored, struck out also in the third inning when they sent 10 men to the plate. That was a backbreaker for Cedar Falls. Big hit in that inning was Casey Perrineau's 3-run homer.
And the biggest thing to me is it was 2 outs.
Bowman with that little hop and delivers. So Bowman last year kind of turned into the late inning pitcher for Cedar Falls. Coach Williams saying, take one for the team here. Just give me some innings here. Now the condensed season, there's going to be a lot of double headers coming up. Just want quality appearances by your pitchers.
One of the best things he's doing right now is throwing strikes. You just got to give your defense a chance, and if they're not able to hit you, you're going to get your strikeouts. But you got to throw strikes, can't give them free bases.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hogan is a senior second baseman on this veteran Western Dubuque team. Trying to go to state 3rd straight year. As a slow grounder, Hoth gobbles it up, and 1 down.
Did a good job of getting down there on the play. Just making sure he gets it. Almost goes down to a knee here. He does, yep. Just make sure no Buckner moments there, Mark.
No. A lot of people blame Bill Buckner, but he was kind of had his head up looking at Mike Stanley, the pitcher, who was late coming over to first base. That's what a lot of people forget about.
Plus, it was only game 6, right?
Yeah.
So, win game 7.
And the Red Sox were ahead in game 7. But,
people forget that. They always got somebody to blame, Mark.
The Red Sox fans are merciless until they won a World Series, and then, oh yeah, we love Bill Buckner.
I'm a Red Sox fan, but that was a little before my time.
Yeah. It's just like Bartman in Chicago, the fan who they thought obstructed with that ball.
Yeah.
And what was that game? That was game 6 against.
Game 6 against the Marlins.
And the same thing happened. The Cubs were ahead in game 7. Marlins just came back, slow curveball, and patiently waiting to get plunked was a bomb over. So hit by the pitch, bomb over.
Yeah, the friendly confines were not so friendly to Bartman at that point.
And then, news outlets were publishing his address. I mean, did you see the documentary?
I saw a documentary, yeah.
30 for 30 on ESPN on Steve Bartman. It was just.
I like all those in the 4 days in October with the Red Sox comeback, and it's all good stuff.
They had the last dance with Michael Jordan. Everybody was watching Sunday nights. The early days of this spring. Throw back and getting back to the bag. Head first slide. Bomb over. Bomb over. Stole a base. Second base. Last inning. After he drew a walk.
That's the one where it kind of bounced on Flanch. He had to go to a knee.
The dirt. He goes. Oh. Wow. He throws it and it hits Ben Bowman. Got his head down. Is he okay? Where did that hit Ben? Is that in his shoulder?
It's like his right hand or right forearm.
So Flanch trying to get the ball in a hurry, and he throws it.
Yeah, it was his right hand.
Maybe the wrist.
Right forearm, yeah.
Forearm?
Ben's a tough guy. He's like, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
All right, big smile on his face.
He just said, Flanch, you're going to have to throw it harder than that.
So bomb over. Stolen base. 1 out, runner at second. 10-3, Western Dubuque. They have used extra base hits to power them in this game. They've just kind of worn down the Cedar Falls. They wore down Zach Neese, who started the game pitching nicely. So it's a 2-0 count here to Ben Bryant. He's a younger brother, Nick Bryant, also on the team. That ball fouled off. Nick is a sophomore. There's some brothers on this team. There's the Kleesners as well. Cameron and the other one is Carter.
Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure the Bryant brothers play basketball as well.
Two and one. The offering here to Ben Bryant after that foul ball.
You talked about Bryant playing football. We haven't brought up they won the state title this last year. Western Dubuque did at the 3A level. So these guys are used to having success.
Yeah, Western Dubuque, Iowa City Liberty, great additions to the MVC. And ball 4.
Unless you're coaching against them, Mark, there's no off nights.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just makes
it just makes conference better. It's stronger. I agree.
And it's now runners at first and second, only one out. Guess who? Here's Calvin Harris. believe that's Cameron Kleesner at first base. If I read that right, 14.
Yep.
So Cameron Kleesner running for Ben Bryant at first base. Harris goes after the first pitch.
Bowman did a nice job of elevating that fastball a little bit there. It looks like a great pitch to swing at, but it's hard to get it turned on.
Harris 2 for 3, couple doubles, driven in a couple runs, has scored twice. Way outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bomb over at second. Kleesner running for Ben Bryant at first base.
Good pitch, there you go. Kind of came inside a little bit on him there, and it wasn't quite expecting it, looked like. That's probably smart because a couple of his hits have been opposite field.
Ball low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Harris, he's hitting for the center fielder, Riker Staudenmeyer. Who's a sophomore. Again, Harris battling some kind of like a tennis elbow right now, just DHing for the Bobcats. Ball fouled off. This be a big confidence boost for Bowman if he could retire the dangerous Calvin Harris. Then you have Nauman, who's hit a couple doubles, driven in 4 runs, standing on deck.
It doesn't get any easier.
So Bowman working out of the stretch, steps off the rubber, and getting back his bomb over.
And that's a smart play. If you're not comfortable, especially it's probably with the lead off, just step off, reset.
Tigers playing deep in the outfield. Ball deep left, going back. Coonrad underneath it, makes the catch near the fence. That's a long out. As giving it a ride was Calvin Harris, but he flies out, and there's 2 down here in the top of the 5th.
Hey, Kobe did a nice job of staying behind the ball there so he could get a good throw on it coming back to the infield.
Here's Sawyer Nauman. He's been tough tonight. Nauman hitting .294. Now came into the game with 4 RBIs, and he's driven in 4 already. He's another opportunity here. Runners will be taking off with 2 outs. One 0 count. Now he crushes that one. Did he do? And that
like
one is. Now you see it. Now you don't. Ooh, the second 3-run homer in this ball game by Western Dubuque. Wow, what a game for Sawyer Nauman, the junior first baseman. 2 doubles, a home run, 7 runs batted in. He scored 3 times. Must be that blue helmet.
The special helmet. Yeah, that was a powerful swing there. We had a fan out there who tried to catch it. It was too hot to handle out there.
I think they just want to save their pickup truck, the bed there.
Well, I watched batting practice from the Green Monster at Fenway Park once, and they told us not to even try to catch the ball because the angle that it's coming out at, it's like lasers on the Monster because the ball's not coming down yet.
You didn't bring a glove to the game?
I did, but they still said if you miss it a little bit one way or the other, you're going to get hurt, and they don't want legal issues.
So the Bobcats now lead 13-3. We are in the top of the 5th inning. So the Tigers, they got to score a run to extend this game now. When they'll be batting in the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be the mercy rule coming into a play. That was a long home run by Nauman. That was impressive.
A rope.
There's a ball hit in the right side of the infield and caught by Isaac Bauer. And the inning is over. But 3 runs coming up here on one big hit by Sawyer Nauman. And we played 4.5. It's 13-3. Western Dubuque with the lead. We'll be back with more right after this. Cedar Falls Television.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
In our broadcast this afternoon is brought to you by Signs by Tomorrow. More than a custom sign company, they're your advertising solutions resource. SignsByTomorrow.com. Thank them, and of course, big shout out to Witham Auto Centers for allowing us to provide you with high school athletics here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Trying to get the victory now is Ben Bryant again. If Cedar Falls fails to score here, this first game of this doubleheader will end early.
Well, the good news for Cedar Falls, they got 3, 4, 5 coming up here. See if they can put something together.
Right now, your head coach Brett Williams for Cedar Falls. You want to see the fight in your team right now.
Exactly, just keep battling. And I also think it's important, no matter what happens the rest of this game, see how they bounce back there in the second game, being your first loss here, but you got to get right back in there and keep playing.
Left-handed batting, Max Steinlage having almost a perfect season at the plate. Spoke too soon, and guess who fields it? Bryant. Oh, and he throws it away.
You just can't get him out, Mark. Even if he hits it a little bit.
So that'll be getting bored on an error. So Bryant, who's I can't recall seeing a pitcher being more active in a game, and he throws it outside of the base paths, and first baseman Sawyer Nauman couldn't field it.
It also came into play that he's left-handed, gets down the line quickly. It just puts pressure on the pitcher.
Third error committed by the Bobcats. That's the second on Ben Bryant. Here comes Drew Hoth. Had a long double last time and drove in a run. He later came in to score.
Did a nice job of laying off that breaking ball there. It started in the zone and then dropped out.
Down by 10 runs. Tigers will not be very aggressive on the base pass here.
Yeah, the run at first is not a big one. You got to pile them on here a little bit.
Drew Hoth coming into the game hitting .500. Again, he's had a good eye. He leads the team in walks coming in with 8. 3-0 count to Drew. Drew expecting to play a big role for the Cedar Falls football team coming up this fall. He draws a walk and 4 pitches. So first and second.
Pinch hitter here, Braden Smith.
Tigers have something going here.
And here's Braden Smith.
First 2 on base.
Which means that if we get to the top of the next inning, he'll be probably the pitcher for Bowman, or they'll re-enter Bowman.
Braden Smith, the junior for Cedar Falls. And just one at bat this season. He's 0 for 1. Best way to describe Braden, barrel-chested. Look at that guy.
27th, Braden Smith for the Tigers. 2 on, no outs.
Pitch inside. So Cedar Falls, again, they need a run to extend this game. They're down by 10 right now, 13-3.
They've got a great setup right now.
Bryant finds the strike zone, 1-1. So Steinlage at second, Hoth at first. error and a walk. Start off the bottom of the 5th inning.
Catcher did a pretty good job of shaping that one there. That was close to being outside, but he shaped it nicely right on the outside corner.
There's Bryant getting the start. Their stud pitchers, Perino, Calvin Harris, of course, when he's healthy. So they have really, when they're healthy, they can be
1,
tough
2, 3.
team.
Yep.
2-2 the count here to Braden Smith. And strikeout. Ben Bryant. And I have that unofficially his 4th strikeout of the ballgame.
Number 9, Brody.
There's Brody Bartlett, the DH. He's 0 for 2 in the game.
Yeah, I think his biggest strikeout of the game was in the 1st inning with the bases loaded.
Yep. So he struck out Drew Hoth. That ball, Hopper over the pitcher. They go to second. Oh, he did not field it. It goes into center field, and coming in to score will be Steinlage. Made a bad throw into the catcher, and the runners move up. So the Tigers pick up a run. Well, he will go into the 6th inning. I thought he scooped that up.
Tried to backhand it, just went right underneath his glove. Well, he should have had that. He just didn't get in front of it.
Yep.
Tried to pick it. He's trying to get 2.
Yeah, if he fields that, touches the base, and it's easy start to the beginning of a double play. So Tigers, Steinlage scores. Another error committed by the Bobcats in this inning. And runners wind up at 2nd and 3rd.
Well, if we're going to get one, we might as well get quite a few here. Pile them on.
So the Bobcats up by 9, but in the field they've been sloppy. 4 errors now.
Yeah, I think Coach Bryant's talking about that right now. You know, he said you're probably in shape to win this game, but let's win it the right way and clean up the plays we're supposed to make and get it done.
Casey Bryant, longtime coach in his 25th year, 443 wins.
That's a few.
It's a lot of bus trips. But I enjoyed talking with him for the ball game. He'd be a fun coach to talk to, kind of some long format, you know, about his career and how baseball's changed over the years. So now it's now 13-4. Caleb Rasty batting. Goes after the first pitch and deposits that into the stands. Foul ball. I'm told that hit the Cedar Falls Community Television
I tried to grab
truck.
It.
Can help pay for that on our GoFundMe page. That'll be
go.
coming up following the game.
I thought that was the Simpson retirement fund or something.
0-2. Here to Rasty, the sophomore shortstop.
There we go.
Another ball that glances off the pitcher's glove, and second baseman Ben Hogan can't find. And 2 runs come in. So that'll be a base hit for Rasty. That drives in 2. So Cedar Falls continues to battle hard despite being down big. Now it's 13-6. And here comes Jaden Kramer.
Looks like Coach Williams is going to have Rasty go warm up to pitch. That's what it looks like to me. Well, you know, we talked about the top of this, or the start of this inning here on the bottom half, you know, battling back and staying after. That's exactly what Cedar Falls has done. Gritty, good at bats, just keep fighting.
Cole Froling will be running for Rasty at first. So you expect Rasty to be pitching to
That's my guess.
top of the 6th. Yep, Rasty heading to the dugout.
He said I could only make one mistake a game, so I wanted to make sure I got that one right.
I should say to the dugout. The bullpen, correction. It's going there with Gus Ferguson. The Tiger reserves. Ball hit, high, lazy fly ball in the left field coming in, and there's Quagliano. Make the second out of the inning. 2 outs, runner at first base. Tigers have scored 3 runs. They needed 1 to keep this game alive. And
Colby got hit last time he was up the bat.
he was left stranded at third base in the 4th inning. Runner takes off. It's a good throw by Van Tiger, but it gets away from the second baseman. Still on his feet, moving is Froling, and Cole Froley winds up at third base.
That's smart base running there. He saw the ball get by the second baseman and took off there. The second baseman's had a tough inning here, kind of with some of those short hops.
That was not a good throw by Van Tiger, though.
No, but that's where I think the coach wants him to get kind of his body in front and let's just stop the ball. Oh, that's a good cut there.
Coonrat fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You could tell he liked that pitch. That was an aggressive swing there.
First game of this doubleheader between Cedar Falls and Western Dubuque. Western Dubuque, 7 RBIs in the game for Sawyer Nauman at first base. He has 2 doubles and a 3-run homer.
Other than that, he struggled.
Well, I wonder what the school record is for RBIs in a game. That's a lot, 7. When you look at the success Western Dubuque has had over the years.
There's got to be some big numbers out there.
2-2 count here to Coonrat. Again, the runner at third base. Can he bring him in? For his first hit of the game. Full
Good
count.
eye.
Coonrat, senior, playing left field. Coming into the game, hitting .231.
Outside. Good eye.
The man they lovingly called the Rat, Colby Coonrat, goes to first base, drawing the walk. Top of the order, here's Isaac Bauer, the second baseman.
It's like they're bringing in the center fielder to the pitch.
So
Stoudemire?
That'll be Stoudemire, yep, the sophomore. So it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Why don't we take a timeout, a break? Cedar Falls trying to answer back. Down by 7. We'll be back with more right after we take this quick break. Remember, our broadcast is brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find us online at withamauto.com. Give you the numbers on the new pitcher right after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham way. And that means offering you the convenience you need when shopping our 3 locations in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City. These locations mean always having the inventory you want when you want it. That's the Witham way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, butt in the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep
pedaling. Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
There is only one place that has all of the highlights, all of the interviews, and all the great behind-the-scenes footage. Don't miss out on the high-flying action as we break it down on Panther Sports Talk. Tune in each week as Panther Sports Talk covers everything related to University of Northern Iowa athletics. Catch Panther Sports Talk on Channel 15, Cedar Falls Community Television.
New pitcher is Riker Stoudemire for Western Dubuque, in place of Ben Bryant. They just switched positions. Stoudemire was in center field, now in the bump, and Ben Bryant now patrolling center field. Tigers runners first and third, trailing by 7. That ball hit into left center. Will that be problems? Ball carries. And
nice
look at Bryant.
He's getting action everywhere. Mound, center field.
That's a big time catch as he robbed an extra base hit from
right
Isaac
gap.
Bauer. Look at that.
Look at the jump, though. The jump he got, and that was impressive.
Woo! That is nicely done.
I think Coach Holtz just said, forget about football.
Coach Holtz did. Wartburg, he's going to play 2 sports for the Knights. He says nighty-night to the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th with that catch. All right, so it's 13-6 score. After 5 innings of play, we'll be back with more right after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Kias? Witham Kia in Waterloo has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Kia selection? Witham Kia has you covered. We're the Cedar Valley's largest Kia dealer, covering all your needs for sales, service, and parts. Our Kia prices have never been lower, and the savings have never been bigger. See for yourself at withamkia.com. So shop the dealer you can count on. Witham Kia in Waterloo.
Everything we do is driven by you.
The Tigers have a new pitcher, but it's not Caleb Rasty, who we thought it would be. And this is Blake Grazier, making his first appearance of the season.
You got Gus Ferguson behind the plate as well.
So Gage Flancha out of the ball game.
Actually, I think Blake's at third. Or not Blake, Gage Flancha's at third.
We know that is Gus Ferguson, new catcher, new pitcher and catcher. It's Blake Grazier, good shot of him. And Gage Flancha is at third. So let's see, do we see Jaden Kramer? Is he out of the game? Or did
Looks
he
like it.
6th inning, batting for the Bobcats, number 25, Bryn Tiger.
And that could be to keep Flanches up to bat, because he'll be the leadoff guy in the bottom of the 7th, be my guess.
All right, so it's Brian Van Tiger coming up to the plate here in the 6th inning. Western Dubuque, they've had the bats working. 13 runs, 8 hits. They have a couple 3-run homers in the game. I'll say 4 doubles. And Blake Glazier, your first varsity look of the season.
You want to pitch against a 6th-ranked team?
Yeah. Called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's kind of a strange delivery that time by Glazier. Really came over. 3-1. Van Tiger walked in the 2nd. He walked and scored in the 3rd. Flew out to right field to bring home a run in the 4th with a sacrifice. That ball hit high into the air. Second baseman Isaac Bauer underneath it makes the catch.
Both thought about going for it, but Bauer called him off. Good communication there on the infield.
Here's Casey Perrineau. Perrineau, 1 for 2 in the game. Walked in the 2nd. Hit a monstrous home run, 3-run homer in the third. It really was the straw that broke the Tigers' back. That 6-run third inning.
Yeah, you felt like if they get in there at 3-1, you got a pretty good feeling, but 6-1 was hard to overcome.
Glazier's hat flies off as he delivers that one. Ball hit hard. Pass Plancha, third baseman, and into left field. Second hit of the game for Perino. Now Carter Kleesner, senior right fielder. He'll be batting, and he's 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out swinging in the second, walked in the third, and then struck out looking in the fourth. In that big 6-run third inning, Western Dubuque batted around. They sent 10 men to the plate. That was a long inning. Zach Neese, who started the game strong, just kind of got worn down by the Bobcat at-bats.
Yeah, they just kept putting pressure on him, and finally broke through a little bit there.
Ball sails up high. Glazier working out of the stretch with Perino at first base. Van Hogen on deck for Western Dubuque. Coming into the game 3-3. They're coming off a split of a doubleheader with Dubuque Senior.
Been impressed with how well they've hit the ball today. Surprised they haven't scored a few more runs.
Called strike, and Kleesner.
Just kidding.
Yep, yeah. He was on his way to first and flipped the bat towards the dugout. 3-1. Now it's
that one's a little safer.
Runners at first and second. There's Van Hogen. He's hitting 8th in the batting order for Western Dubuque. Beautiful day for high school baseball. And now the Mississippi Valley Conference, some of the COVID-19 protocol, you can only get, if you're a player or a coach, you can only get 3 tickets for fans to come inside the stadium. So that's why you see all the fans parked in the trucks and the cars in the outfield. Right on 12th Street here in Cedar Falls.
A couple of those vehicles have been in a danger zone tonight.
Yeah, they might think about bringing a glove. There's a hit. That's going to possibly bring home a run. Perino takes a big turn at third. He'll stay there. Bases are loaded. It's Van Hogen. Comes up with his second hit of the game, his second single.
Coonrad did a good job of charging the ball here. Makes a good throw to the cutoff.
1 out, bases loaded. Here comes a bomb over. Bomb over, batting 9th.
Bases loaded, 1 out.
And he scored a couple runs. He's 0 for 1 in the game. He was struck out in the third, walked, scored in the fourth, and got hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th. So Blake Glazier.
Most of his misses have been high. It's kind of a release point.
Well, that adrenaline's flowing for him. You know, making your first varsity start or varsity appearance of the season.
You want to get through these guys before you see Harris and Nauman
and
those guys again.
A dangerous top of the order sitting on the on-deck circle. It's called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. I saw Western Dubuque. They had over 30 wins last year, and you wondered how really good they are. Well, you see them in person. They're impressive. Oh, the ball gets away from Gus Ferguson. And coming in and sliding in safely. Scoring is Casey Perino, and Western Dubuque adds to their total. They've converted on both extra points, and it's now 14-6.
And that's one you'll slide over in front of probably next time. Try to kind of backhand it. Took a weird hop, and that's why it kind of squirted away there.
So runners move up on the wild pitch. Runners at second and third. It's a 2-1 count here to the number 9 hitter, Garrett Baumhover. 3-1. Ben Bryant on deck. Bryant made a really nice running catch to close out the bottom of the 5th inning. John, I like how you pointed out the great jump he got as that ball popped up right in the start of the outfield grass, making the catch, and shortstop Caleb Rasty. And
you know, on top of that great jump, it was a perfect line to where the ball was going. That's a kid that's played a ton of baseball.
2 outs now. Here's Ben Bryant. His dad is the head coach, Casey Bryant. He's a younger brother on the team, Nick Bryant. I think they talk some baseball around the kitchen table.
I don't think you have a choice.
You talk about Casey Bryant, the head coach. I wonder his wife, how many games she's gone to over the years.
How many baseball games she sat through with the kids.
Baseball widow,
husband,
right?
Yeah.
14-6, 10 hits in the game for Western Dubuque. Glazier.
Good pitch there.
How about that?
I think that was his best pitch so far. Gonna need to find him a tighter hat.
Yeah. He's the second time now the hat's come out. Maybe they can get like some elastic kind of attached to it around his chin. Called strike, nicely done. So gets ahead of the dangerous Ben Bryant. 2 balls, 2 strikes now is the count.
Good pitch, pitcher's pitch right there.
Dave Nee, the home plate umpire with the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Way out in front of that. Ripping that foul is Ben Bryant.
Sometimes if it's an inside pitch, that's all you can do with it.
I asked Coach Bryant for Western Dubuque, what do you worry about Cedar Falls? He says, we don't know much about the Tigers because the kids that are playing now, they're all kind of reserves on the varsity team last year. So it's kind of an unknown factor. We really haven't been able to scout them.
Close pitch there.
Full count. So he's Blake Glazier coming in. Relief of Ben Bowman, who came in relief of Zach Neese. 3rd pitcher for Cedar Falls. Oh, swinging a miss.
Chase. Good start to your varsity pitching career there.
So just a 1 run, but strikes out a big at-bat made Bryant, and so it's a 14-6 game. Put on the rally caps here, Coach.
Go time.
So
yeah, Tigers got to rattle the bats here in the bottom half.
The Tigers, well, what do you think, John? They have Flancha, Steinlage, and Hoth.
And that's the part of the lineup you want to get to. And just like last inning, you want to see them battle, just like we talked about. Keep fighting, try to get good at bats, and see what you can string together and go from there. And again, just builds towards the next game as well. Get more confident, get guys on base, and see what you can do.
Hey, let's take a look at some upcoming sports here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Hope you're enjoying it. I know you're getting a great response. We've been broadcasting these summer sports on YouTube. Get a big audience for that. We've got softball coming up next week, the 29th and the 1st. And then look at that, August 25th. Hey, we'll see Western Dubuque, but in volleyball, as your defending state champs in volleyball, Cedar Falls Tigers.
Yeah, they've been extremely dominant over the years.
Ooh, and then how about that football opener?
Yeah, just ease into it.
Cedar Falls versus Dowling Catholic at the Dome. Good seats still available. Wow. So just I don't even know, how do you call it, the football? They're not districts for 4A
It's basically
now.
just an RPI system.
Yeah.
They have
experimenting with it.
They have groups, like the groups that have traditionally done well. They put all those kind of in a group together, and they take a few out of each group, and we'll see.
I was looking at it. I didn't understand it. You needed a slide ruler to understand the math.
What'd you say, calculator and sneakers or something? Or?
Yeah, computer that wore sneakers.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice defensive play, third baseman. Look at Casey Perino doing it with the bat tonight. Look at how long that throw is.
He's got to get it out there quick, too. He beat it pretty easily.
Gage Blanchard, he's a catcher, but he has good wheels. So Steinlage now coming up to the plate. Riker Stoudemire. Called strike.
Nice curveball started off there.
I love the names on this Western Dubuque team. You got Riker, Casey, Sawyer.
Van Tiger.
When I grew up, it was just boring names. You know, Mark, Tom, Mike, John. Names are cooler now. Like Max. Didn't know any Maxes growing up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Steinlage, who was...
I feel like you're trying to say Mark and John aren't cool.
No, we're just kind of,
just kidding.
We're vanilla ice cream.
That's right. Vanilla is the most popular flavor, though.
1-1 pitch.
Oh, big swing there.
So here's Steinlage.
Good luck getting him out.
Yeah. He scored 2 runs today. He came into the game hitting .857.
It's gone up.
His 2 singles and got a board on an error. He has been ridiculous at the plate, the sophomore. Here's the question. Will Max Steinlage bat over 800 for the season? That's my hot take. Nope, he strikes out looking.
Handcuffed him right there.
Yep. Stoudemire gets his first strikeout, coming in relief of Ben Bryant. Cedar Falls down to their last down. Here's Drew Hoth. Hoth. Well, you go back. Early in the game, Cedar Falls had the momentum. Zach Neese was pitching strong in the first. Tigers had the bases loaded, no outs. Can't go back. Can't talk about that enough. As Hoth then struck out. Neese drew the walk to bring home a run, but then the Tigers hit into a double play.
And that was a bang-bang play at first as well. It was close.
It just moved the momentum back to the visitor side. Western Dubuque erupted 6 runs in the third, added 4 more in the fourth. Couple 3-run homers in the game. 7 RBIs tonight for Sawyer Nauman. So junior Drew Hoth. Drew a walk last time. Had a long double himself in the 3rd inning, driving a run.
And drove it deep to right field there.
That was his 4th double of the year. That leads CF. Called strike. Cedar Falls down to the last.
Drew felt like he knew that one was a strike. He wished he would have swung at that one.
So it's 1 ball. Excuse me, I'm sorry, not down to our last strike. I'm thinking about that 10-run rule. It was in my head. There's a ball golfed right at the center fielder who makes the catch for the out. Only an 8-run lead, not a 10-run lead. That's why I need a calculator. He hit it hard, but right at Ben Bryant. And that will end the inning. So we go into the top of the 7th. And it's a 14-6 score in favor of Western Dubuque. More baseball after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham way. That means stocking a wide selection of the area's top-selling pre-owned vehicles that fit any budget. From low-mileage cars to one-owner cars to local trades. we carry the vehicles you want. That's the Witham way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
14-6 is our score. Look at the numbers. Bobcats in double digits, and points, runs I should say, and hits. On the top of the 7th, here's Calvin Harris. Lefty, first pitch. I wonder why it's so hot in here. Someone had turned off the fan. That ball skied high into the air. That's into the stratosphere. And
home run in a silo.
Oh, wow. Bauer underneath it makes the catch. That is a long infield hit or fly out. Look at that.
That might be one where he's trying to lift one there. Take a big cut at it.
Yeah, here's the man of the hour, Sawyer Nauman. That familiar blue helmet.
He can only get one RBI here. It's going to hurt his average.
Struck out in the first and doubled in 2 runs in the third, doubled in 2 more runs in the fourth. He had a 3-run homer in the 5th. Pretty good. Two-0 count to Nauman. I noticed he's the only one who wears this blue helmet. As he hits that one high into the air. It's going to stay in the ballpark, and Steinlage will make the catch. 2 quick outs here to start the 7th inning. Yeah, my apologies. I thought, for whatever reason, it was in my brain because of the inning prior that it was the 10-run rule was in effect.
Yep.
Supposed to stop me there, John.
I guess that was my second mistake today.
So we are in the, this game's going to go the distance. Low and outside. Gus Ferguson, the catcher, placing Gage Flanch, who's now at third base. Blake Glazier pitched last inning, gave up 1 run, but able to battle out of a jam when Western Dubuque had the bases loaded with only 1 out. As the ball hits off the pitcher's mound, coming in, Raisty fields it. Hey, how about that?
Great play. It's a tough play because he had to adjust off the pitcher's mound. He was going one way, and it kind of took a hop off the pitcher's mound. He did a good job of adjusting his path. Nice scoop with the glove, transition, a great throw right on the money.
Throws out Quagliano. And it's only the 2nd time that Western Dubuque has gone 1-2-3 in this ball game. So
first inning and the 7th inning.
Now we go in the bottom of the 7th.
Tigers. This is the 7th inning, Mark.
Yeah, thank you. Tigers down by 8. And they'll have, let's see who's going to be batting here. We had Braden Smith bat last time. We'll see who will be hitting for Cedar Falls.
Looks like Bartlett's up first. Is that right?
It should be.
Oh, Bartlett's second.
Yeah, Bartlett will bat second and Raisty third. Keep our eye out on the on-deck circle. I just see Brody Bartlett.
Yep.
Pulled 5, so that would be Easton Skirl.
Okay.
That's his number.
Yep.
I believe that'll be Easton's first at-bat of the season.
Give the senior an at-bat here.
That's really cool. You see this at not just Cedar Falls, but other schools. They have those big posters for the seniors. Easton, one of the seniors recognized. I mean,
That's
obviously.
something cool for them to take home too when the season's over and that kind of stuff.
Put that in your bedroom. Admire that. Back in Osana High School, you take a picture on picture day of you, and then you have a picture of the team. You know, you have this.
Exactly. They've gotten a little more advanced
Yeah.
since then. We've got the Topps baseball cards here on the broadcast, and they got the posters out back.
Tremendous graphics here by our
cooler names, better graphics, posters.
And Easton Skirl, look, his first at bat of the year. 2 balls, no strikes, facing Mac Riker Stodmeyer. Called strike. Ryan knows where it's at. Let's see if he's swinging here. Two balls, 2 strikes. So Skirl, who's done a lot of courtesy running so far here early in the season, just into the 5th game. Did he get a piece of it? He did. Foul tip, but the catcher could not hold on to it. Okay. So
He's got it choked up a little bit here, just trying to make contact. He kind of slapped at that one.
2-2. That's Skirl. Swings and gets a piece of it.
You get more comfortable the more pitches you see up there, so he's just battling here. What you like to see.
See Easton's last name, you're playing Wheel of Fortune. You would never get that.
Exactly.
Ball high and up inside, full count.
Person, place, or thing.
Here you go. Can I get all? There's only one vowel. I can't buy any more vowels. Full count with the heat, and Stodmeyer's pitch fouled off. Skirl.
That was a better swing there. He's getting the timing down a little bit better.
Brody Bartlett on deck. Tigers need men on the base pass, down by 8. Oh, called strike. Thought he had ball 4. He goes down looking. So 1 down. And here comes up the DH, Brody Bartlett, the junior, entering the game. 7 RBIs.
One out for the Tigers, number 9, Brody.
That was tied for first on the team. Stodmeyer's come in and did a good job. Like any good pitcher, you know, just getting the ball across the plate, getting ahead of the batters. 0-2 on Bartlett.
I like the movement on his fastball too. There's always just a little bit of tail or a little bit of change there. Right at the end, makes it a lot harder to hit.
He's just a sophomore for this. Appears to be a very talent-loaded team on the mound for Western Dubuque. Their best pitcher, possibly, is probably won't be pitching for about 3 weeks or so, 2-3 weeks. They're going to gradually start bringing Calvin Harris, battling that tennis elbow, do a little positional play. He'll be throwing a little bit next week, told by Coach Casey Bryant. The ball foul. But like Peridot last year, he had his incredible numbers, 8-1 on the season. His ERA.
He actually has worse numbers this year so far.
Yeah.
But it's hard to keep up with what he had last year.
That's just his ERA, I believe, was like under 2.
Yeah, it was 1 point something.
Yeah.
And then this year was at 2. You know you're pretty good if that's a step down.
So obviously, have a really strong feeder program at Western Dubuque. When you're that good, your lower levels have some good coaches. The Little League and all levels
Yep, and you have kids buying into playing the lower level for a couple of years and then getting ready for your turn when you get a little older.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bartlett digging in at the plate. Stoudemire misses.
It's been a good at bat here by Bartlett. He got down 0-2 and he's battling back here and fighting is what you want to see. Full count.
Oh, it's a full count. Okay, thank you.
I think the umpire's at 3-2.
Yep, it is.
Fouled it off.
So it stays full count. Bartlett, he's hitting for the right fielder Connor Wood. Wood defensively, they look like easy catches, but fighting that sun, if you're in right field, it's really tough.
Connor Woods.
Connor Woods. Another strikeout. So now I can say Cedar Falls down to their final out. Here's Caleb Rasty. Caleb has 1 hit, 3 at bats. Western Dubuque coming in at 3-3, and sending a message that it'll be a tough team to beat in the MVC.
I've been very impressed with them tonight.
Yep.
Balanced hitting all the way throughout the lineup.
First game of this doubleheader. Cedar Falls trailing by 8, nobody on. Got them right where we want them.
Exactly.
So the Tigers on the verge of their first loss of the year. And that would move in Western Dubuque into a tie for first. And there's a ball hit slowly in the high in the air, and slowly in the left field, and running underneath it is Quagliano. Makes the basket catch on the run, and that will close out the ball game. So the Tigers go down 14-6 to 4A6 rated Western Dubuque, as the Bobcats 10 hits in the game, and big performance by Sawyer Nauman, drives in 7 of those 14 runs. The Tigers missed a big opportunity in the first, and then just Western Dubuque just showed their
too much, yeah,
yep.
just too much power, too much bats there. But they continue to fight, which is what you want to see. And the nice thing here for Coach Williams and the team is, hey, you get another shot right now. I get you rest, get a couple of drinks of water, and let's do it again.
So the Tigers suffer their first loss of the year. They fall to 4-1, 2-1 in the MVC, and it's Western Dubuque improving to 4-3 and 2-0 in the Mississippi Division. So hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Another wonderful job by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew. They work hard and they did a great job as always. Thank you, John Yoakum. As always, we'll have softball coverage coming up next week. So it's Western Dubuque with the victory over Cedar Falls. I'm Mark Simpson. You've been watching Cedar Falls High School Athletics on Cedar Falls Community Television.